Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is a wired gaming combo by one of my favorite value brands on Amazon, Runmus. The model numbers are G21 for the mouse and CW902 for the keyboard. So don't mind the box, that's more Amazon's fault because these items are usually shipped inside of another box when I order these sort of tech gadgets, but this time it was put in a mailing envelope, one of those plastic kinds, so that's why the box is a bit beat up. Here's the back of the box and I absolutely enjoy this logo. It looks really clean. I've had a few Runmus products over the years and their logo has evolved nicely. I like how they also add specs on the back of the box, and for those who didn't catch this in time and aren't pausing it or anything, I will put them back up when I cover each item individually. So I had to retire my gaming combo that I featured on my channel in the past. It's about 3 years old now and I got that from Fry's, and unfortunately Fry's closed. So I'm surprised that first gaming combo lasted that long. So shortly after my old set was retired, I browsed around on Amazon and saw this little set, and the price was really fair, and as of the upload date of this video it's only $39.99, and I believe that there's a 15% off coupon as well. So overall it's actually cheaper than the original budget gaming combo that I featured on my channel a few years ago. So quick reveal of the mouse. The mouse looks nice, it felt nice in the hands, and let me empty out the box. So here's the keyboard as well. Here's a little reveal. We'll get into both of these things very thoroughly in a few seconds, but it feels nice. There's a good weight to it. Doesn't feel as light as my last budget keyboard, so that's a good sign already. And here are some instructions for each of the items. So first let's get into the mouse, and look at this build. It looks pretty aggressive. I like it. There's like little honeycombs on the bottom. The scroll wheel has a rubber middle portion, so that feels really nice. Anti-slip. A few other specs. There are 6 buttons overall on the mouse, obviously left and right click, forward and back on the left side. It's a good ergonomic shape, and there are 2 buttons dedicated for adjusting the DPI. So it weighs around 0.28 pounds or 4.6 ounces, so it's light but it has a good balance. And lastly, it's made out of plastic, so no premium materials except for the bottom. There's a cool little metal portion that we just saw right now that helps it glide around just a bit, so it feels really nice when it's on any surface. The main feature that I want to go over are the DPI settings for the mouse, because there's a really nice feature that incorporates the RGB lights. So in addition, you can customize the colors of the RGB lights, and all buttons are programmable, but you'll need to download a separate mouse driver, which I'm not going to do because I'm usually just a plug and play person, and more than likely this is going to be plugged into my Mac for video editing. And real quick, this does have a braided cable, so that's a nice touch. Hopefully it doesn't get frayed anytime soon. So back to compatibility. This works with Windows and Mac, and I saw through the Amazon listing that it works on console as well too, just as long as those systems are compatible with mouse and keyboard peripherals. So I just failed at trying to plug that USB in correctly on the first try, countless videos, and I always got to do the little USB flip. So keep in mind that this portion is sped up just a bit, so the RGB pattern that you see is faster than how it usually looks. But in the next portion, right now, I'll have it down to normal speed, and this is how the RGBs look by default. As mentioned, you can customize the color pattern, strobe, pole, stationary, whichever way you want it to look, through a separate driver download, and I believe it's located on the Amazon listing or at runmus.net/download. Here's the cool feature that I wanted to highlight. The DPI buttons are actually indicated through color, so you know which DPI mode you're in on the fly. So aside from the usual color pulse, the highest DPI setting of 6400 is indicated through the yellow color, and each time you press the up or down DPI buttons, the indicator light will change. It will flash 3 times, and each color represents the DPI setting. So I've pressed the button a few times. I left a little text to show which DPI setting it's at, but currently we're on purple, which is 1600 DPI, and then last or the slowest is green for 800 DPI. So it goes from 800 to 6400 DPI. So here it is really quickly from slowest to fastest. So green once again is 800 DPI. It goes to purple, which is 1600 DPI, followed by blue, which is 2400 DPI, followed by red for 3200 DPI, cyan, which is 4800 DPI, and last is yellow for 6400 DPI. So it's currently set to the fastest setting, and that's pretty much it for the mouse. A ton of cool features at a budget price for a keyboard and mouse combo. To get the full extent of the mouse, downloading the separate driver will get you more features, but regarding the keyboard, everything is available plug and play right out of the box. So let me go over the RGB light features of this keyboard as well as highlight a few other things. So on the instructions, it does state that the keyboard is mechanical. It also has 114 keys, which includes a top row row of multimedia keys and a Internet Explorer looking key right there, so that's a bit dated. But it's advertised to have a switch rating of 8 million strokes, so only time will truly tell if that's true. But so far the build is quite nice. It's made out of plastic, but it's a budget keyboard, so you can't expect much from there. But it does have a good weight to it, so it's not too light or too heavy. It weighs in at about 28 ounces, just at around 1.75 pounds, or just under 0.8 kilograms. So this cord is not braided, and you know, keyboards usually just stay plugged in, so I can see why that's that way, but a braided cable would have been greatly appreciated. I forgot to mention that both the keyboard and mouse have cables that are 1.5 meters long, and as the video has progressed, I have thrown up some random specs for the super nerdy people out there like myself who want to know more about more specific features. And this is the travel distance between pressing the key in and all of that good stuff too. So I love looking at these things from a level perspective because I just want to know how much the key has to travel before it gets pressed in. And I just love how clicky this feels, and there is a great deal of space for the wrist rest right there, so your wrists are protected and it feels nice and ergonomic. So there's the cord. I'm going to plug it in, and right away the default light setting is just a RGB from left to right, nothing pulsing, nothing going on there. It's just all lit up with red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple. You see all 8 colors right there from left to right. So here are the comprehensive instructions on how to get the lighting effects going on your keyboard, and we'll just go in order. So everything is initiated through the Fn button plus the right middle portion of the keyboard right above the directional keys. So it's insert, delete, and those buttons, but right underneath there's an M1 and M2 and so forth. So I did Fn and insert, or Fn and M1. So in the instructions they just call this the breathing state. So it's kind of just the slow little pulse of all the colors just blinking, and I'm pretty sure you can adjust that with the directional pad. So if you press Fn and left or right, that's how you increase or decrease the speed as well too. So we're going to move on to M2, or Fn plus delete, and that is a left to right roll. So the colors will roll from left to right, and if you press it again, it will go from right to left. Pretty simple, and I'm sure if you press Fn and left and right, it's going to increase or decrease the speed. So we're going to move on to Fn and home, or Fn and M3, and that's just stationary color. So you can go through all 8 RGB light colors, and yeah, it's pretty much that simple. So next is Fn plus end, or Fn plus M4, and the instructions call it a 7-cycle breathing state. So imagine the first example, but now the colors will transition as well too. So I'll have a smooth little transition from color to color. We're going to skip the next portion, which is custom backlight, so you can record your own little LED light show on your keyboard, and I just don't have the patience to do it, but here are the instructions if you want to pause it there. You can get a better look or read of how that works. So you can have 5 different partitions and set up the keyboard to the way that you want it, so you don't have to follow one of their preset modes. So Fn and page down, or that little light bulb, is how you turn everything off. And if you're like me, you need a complete dark room to sleep in, and this keyboard will always be plugged in, so I'm pretty sure that's going to bother me, so that's a good button to know. And this is brightness. There's 5 levels of brightness going up and 5 levels of brightness going down, and depending on what color pattern you put it on, so if it's like a rolling color or some sort of breathing state, if you press Fn and left and right, there are 3 speeds going slowly to the left and 3 speeds going quickly to the right. So that's the fastest speed for the roll. Here is level 2, and then here is level 1, so that's the slowest roll. So we're going to go the other way now, and we're going to press right, so that's level 2, and then level 3 for the fastest roll. So that's a good example of what that looks like right there. And that's pretty much my interest for this keyboard setup, but for those who are going to use this for gaming, there is a gaming mode. So Fn plus W will allow the arrow keys to be replaced with the WASD keys, and you can lock the Windows key by pressing Fn plus Windows, so you don't have to accidentally exit your game when you press that button. And the few times that I do play on PC, I seem to press that button quite often, so that's nice to have. Overall, this is a great feature-packed budget gaming combo with some customization features, and for those who are interested, I'll leave a link in the video's description so you all can check it out there. Other than that, I hope that I was able to help a few of you out there who have been looking at this item, because budget price things on Amazon can get a bit sketchy. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out these others. I've also added a special shout out to the special channel members at the end of all of my videos, and if you're interested in becoming a member of my channel, click that join button below to learn more about that and the perks you'll receive. I'll see you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Bye.